All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Shabbat Shalom. It is Friday, October the 28th, 2022. I just found out a few moments ago that possibly this afternoon, my mom is being transferred from the hospital to a skilled nursing facility. And so I'm pre-recording this. It's right now it's 1:30 here. I'm pre-recording this now because I want to make sure that if I'm able to be there to help with my mom being received into her new place. So that's kind of last second. So this is going to be a little shorter because it's going to be a little shorter, but I did want to have some daily manna today. So I've entitled today's daily manna. We're going to be looking at Psalm 118. And, just kind of following suit with what we've looked at the last couple days. Yesterday, we said, it was like live like it's not my fight. Like give this to the Lord. And the day before, talking about kind of in the midst of the darkest moments, keeping your eyes, holding on to the only true hope. And so today when we look at Psalm 118, I entitled it, I gave it to the Lord. And this day he accomplished it, or he did it. This day he did it. And this Psalm 118 is so powerful. It's so amazing. It opens up with Hodul Adonai ki tov ki leolam chasdo. Give thanks or praise or acknowledge Adonai because he is good. For his chesed endures forever. So it opens with this declaration with the Lord having accomplished what he said he would do. I'm going to just this acknowledgement, acknowledge the Lord, praise him, thank him because of who he is, because he's good. And his chesed it never ends. It endures forever. Let Israel say, Ki leolam chasto, for his love endures forever. Let the house of Aaron say, let the priests say, Ki leolam chasto, for his love endures forever. Let all who fear Adonai, let those who fear Adonai, those who are in awe of Adonai, say, Ki leolam chasto, his love endures forever. And so then now the psalmist recalls where he was. I was in a narrow place. He says, min hamatzer, from tsar, from a distress, from oppression, from tyranny. Out of that, from that place, out of a tight place, I called out for, I summoned. Adonai, I need you. This word is used for to call out or to summon. And Adonai answered me with a spacious place. So I was in distress. I was squeezed. It's the image of Mitzrayim. It's the image of Egypt. It's the image of distress and bondage. And he brought me out of there into wide open, into freedom, out of bondage into freedom, into a spacious place. Adonai is for me. I will not fear. What can man do to me? Where it says Adonai is for me, it simply says Adonai li, which is Adonai is to me, or is mine. He's my Lord, right? I will not be afraid. And we talked again 2 days ago, what can mere flesh do to me? Actually, that was 2 days ago, because a couple of days ago we were saying in the darkest place, set your hope on the true hope. So 2 days ago is what can, it's only a flesh wound. I'm not going to be afraid of, I'm not going to live my life based on fear of the inconvenience, fear of what's going to happen in this moment. I'm going to fix my eyes on him. He is for me. I'm going to live like it's his battle, not mine. What can man do to me? What can humanity do to me? Adam, what can dirt do to me? Verse 7, Adonai li, Adonai is for me as my helper, and I will see the downfall of those who hate me, or of my enemies. I will, it doesn't actually say I will see the downfall of. That's not the language here. It just says I will look upon. I will have visions of. I will. It can even be saying. It says I will see into my enemies. I will see into my enemies. So I'm going to be able to look upon my enemies, not with fear, but with a calm looking upon them, to gaze upon them, not from a place of terror, right? So yesterday we were talking about, well, they're all around me. What am I going to do? Look, the Lord is for me. One thing I desire, this I seek. I just want to be in his presence and trust him to fight the battle. And this is the thing. If I know that he is for me, then I can just look, not with fear, not with angst, not with, oh, what am I going to do? I will look upon those who hate me. I can see them. I can look right at them. I can see into them. Verse 8, it's better to take refuge in Adonai than to trust in humanity, in man. It's better to take refuge in Adonai than to trust in princes, right? So when we're in those tight places, well, who do we know? Who can we call? What can we do? Well, if you've got someone that's really important and you're stressed out and you go, well, I can call them. I can call, the nobility, the important people. No. It's better to just trust in the Lord than in them. That's where our hope is in him. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold. He is my refuge. Of whom shall I be afraid? They came around me. They surrounded me on all sides. Right? But the Lord takes me in. I will not fear, though an army besiege me. Even then I'll be confident, he says, right? It's better to take refuge in Adonai than to trust in princes. He says, all nations, Kol Goyim, all the nations surrounded me. And in the name of Adonai, I cut them off. They surrounded me. Yes, all around me. In the name of Adonai, I cut them off. And it was relentless. Verse 12, they swarmed around me like bees. They were extinguished like burning thorns. In the name of Adonai, I cut them off. Each time it was in the name of the Lord, in the name of the Lord. It's not by my power, not by my strength, but by his Spirit. I was surrounded, but I will not fear. Even then, though they're right there, I will be confident because it's his battle. And it says, you pushed me hard to make me fall. Right? They surrounded. You pushed me hard to make me fall, but Adonai supported me. Adonai helped me. He held me up is the language there. He had me. So you're pushing against me, but the Lord's got me. You can push as hard as you want. It's not by my strength. He's holding me. Verse 14, Adonai is my strength and my song, and he is to me. It says, Lahili, he has become to me Yeshua. He has become my salvation. Right? Verse 15. Shouts of joy and Yeshua and victory or salvation or deliverance. Shouts of joy and salvation. Shouts of joy and deliverance. Shouts of joy and Yeshua are in the tents of the righteous. Adonai's right hand is mighty, is strong. Adonai's right hand is lifted high. Adonai's right hand is mighty. Verse 17, right? They surrounded me to extinguish me. You pushed me hard to make me fall. But I will not die. Verse 17, because I live. Right? It says, Lo amut ki achaye. It says, I will not be executed. I will not die. It says, for I live, because I live, not just but live, but it says, because I live, I'm alive. And I will proclaim what Adonai has done. The Lord, Adonai, has chastened me hard. He has rebuked me. He has disciplined me, but he has not given me over to death. Right? So this, we have that cliche, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Right? That when we go through difficulties, when we face moments where the Lord is working on us and he's disciplining us, it's not to make us fall, but to make us stronger. He chastens us, but he doesn't give us over to death. And then he calls out, open to me the gates of righteousness that I may enter through them. And odah, and praise or acknowledge, no Adonai. This is the gate. This, and it's emphatically, this is the gate of Adonai. The righteous will enter through it. In John chapter 10, verse 7, Yeshua said, truly, truly, amen, amen, I tell you, I am the gate for the sheep. All those who came before me are thieves and robbers, but the sheep didn't listen to them. I am the gate. If anyone comes in through me, he will be saved. He will be rescued. He will be delivered. He will come and go and find pasture. He find pasture. He brought me out of a tight place, out of bondage, into an open space. I am the gate into that freedom that Yeshua says. He'll come to me and he will go and find pasture. The thief comes only to steal, slaughter, and destroy. I have come that they might have life and have it abundantly. We read in Revelation 22, how fortunate are those who wash their robes so they may have the right to the tree of life and may enter through the gates into the city. Yeshua says, I am the gate. I'm the gate. I'm the door. So back in verse 20 now of Psalm 118, this is the gate of Adonai. The righteous will enter through it. Verse 21, I give you thanks. Again, Odcha, I acknowledge you, I praise you, I thank you because you have answered me and have become to me, Yeshua, salvation, deliverance. The stone the builders rejected has become the capstone. It is from Adonai. It is marvelous in our eyes. And again, when you see that marvelous here, we use these words marvelous or wonderful very, easily, liberally, in ways that reduce the meaning. It's a marvel. It is a wonder. It is pele. It is full. It's extraordinary. This is miraculous. Right? This thing, I give you thanks because you answered me. You've become my salvation. The stone the builders rejected has become the capstone. This is from Adonai. This has come to be because of Adonai, and it is a miracle in our eyes. This day, Zeh Hayom, this day, Adonai has done it. Or this is the day Adonai has made. But that word for made is asa, oseh, is to make or to do. So it says Zeh Hayom can be this, the day, or it can be this day. This is marvelous in our eyes. This day Adonai has done it. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. I was in a tight place. I gave it to you. I gave it to the Lord. They surrounded me on every side. They tried to push me down hard, like bees swarming around me. In the name of the Lord, I cut them off. In the name of the Lord, I cut them off. In the name of Adonai, they were extinguished. You tried to push me hard, but I will live. I will live. I will not die. The Lord rebukes me, but he doesn't hand me over to death. Right? He has become my salvation. He is the door. This is the gate that he is the gate the righteous will enter through. And this day he has done it. He has done what he has said he would do. Let's rejoice and be glad in it. So verse 25, Hoshiana, please Adonai, save now. Hoshiana, save now. So now he's calling out, save now. We beseech you, Adonai, make us successful or prosper us. Baruch haba b'shem Adonai. Blessed is he who comes in the name of Adonai. We bless you from the house of Adonai. Verse 27. Adonai is God, and he has given us light. Join the festival with branches. Hoshiana, up to the horns of the altar. You are my God, and I praise you. You are my God. I exalt you. Hodu l'Adonai ki tov, ki leolam chasto. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. For his chesed, his love, endures forever. In a tight place, you hold on to that. You live like it's not your battle. In a tight place, I called out to the Lord in my distress, and he answered me. Give thanks to the Lord, for he is good. His love endures forever. This day he has done it. Praise his name. Worship him. Amen? Amen. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you and give you peace. Shabbat shalom, shalom, shalom. Have a beautiful evening. We'll see you tomorrow morning at 10:30. Shabbat shalom.